Hello, welcome. This is Business Breakfast coming to you live from our studios here in Lagos, Nigeria's commercial capital. I am Frank Omalape. Well, of course, today it's Wednesday, the 19th day of January in the new year. So we get talking about inflation in the week earlier and looking at where we are now. So let's quickly take a look at some of the things that we expect to come on the show. Of course, the Pan-African payment system, it's something that we need to look forward to, and that has been launched last week. So it's going to form our discussion on the show today. But here's what's coming up now in a moment. Nigeria, Africa's largest economy, to leverage on the recently launched Pan-African payment and settlement system, has total inter-African trade value increased, or is to increase by 35% from 15% in 5 years. Our focus is how Nigeria is expected to leverage on these to boost her economy by way of increasing its export capacity. And in the second part of the program, we take a closer look at how this payment platform will impact on the banking stocks and the Nigeria equities market in general. And that's, of course, will form our basis of discussion in the second part of the show. But let's take a break now. When we return, it will be time for serious discussion. Be back in a moment. Please stay with us.
unripe plantain flour is 100% natural flour gotten from the processing of unripe plantain. It contains no addictive and has a net content of 500 grams. True unripe plantain flour contains vitamin A, B6 and C. It is gluten-free and rich in calcium. Consuming true unripe plantain flour helps to build and strengthen stronger bones and can be a great meal for diabetic patients. It decreases your chances of constipation as it has a high fiber content and provides you with a low-fat diet. Here are some steps to prepare your true unripe plantain flour. Firstly, mix true unripe plantain flour with hot water in a pot and gradually add water till you achieve desired thickness. Place over medium heat and turn very well for 4 to 5 minutes to get the right texture. Mold into a ball and place in a bowl and allow to cool. Serve with your choice of soup. True unripe plantain flour can be eaten with any variety of soup, be it your ofe oha, ofe onugbu, gbegiri, ewedu, or your miyan kuka. To get your true unripe plantain flour, contact us at 12 Olowera Isheri Road by First Welder bus stop off Omole Phase 2, Olowera, Lagos, Nigeria, or call 070-6663-8213 or 081-6397-4447. Distributors are needed nationwide.
You go enter market, just make you go buy fresh palm fruits. When you reach house, you go wash, you go pound, your body go dey pain you, even your fingernails go dey pain you. But make una no worry, make una relax. I get good news for una. Una
Glad to have you back. Now, this is Business Breakfast coming to you live from our studios there. Before we get into the conversation, let's give you some trending stories in the world of business now. A report says President Muhammadu Buhari has assured Nigerians that prices of food items, especially rice, will soon come down. The president affirmed this during the official unveiling of the Central Bank of Nigeria in collaboration with Rice Farmers Association of Nigeria Rice Paddy Pyramids in Abuja. He urged Nigerians to exercise some patience, stating that the growing food production in the country, especially expansion in rice farming, will eventually reduce the prices of food. Similarly, the governor of the CBN, Godwin Emefiele, revealed that successes recorded in the implementation of the CBN-led Anchor Borrowers Program has led to the reduction in rice importation from Thailand by over 99.83% within the past 7 years. Furthermore, Emefiele, at the unveiling of the mega rice pyramids, disclosed that rice importation from Thailand alone was valued at 1.3 million metric tons as at 2014, adding that by 2016, importation from same country had fallen to only 58,000 metric tons. The CBN governor also mentioned that as of the end of 2021, Thailand only exported 2,160 metric tons to Nigeria, thereby saving the country foreign exchange and helping preserve local jobs. Away from there now, cocoa farmers have raised their alarm over the low quality of cocoa beans produced in Nigeria and expressed fears that the product might face international rejection if they identify concerns persist. The President, Cocoa Farmers Association of Nigeria, Adeola Adegoke, disclosed this during the opening of CFAN Abuja office and the unveiling of the occasions and the association's Good Agricultural Practices Training Handbook. Adegoke further said that there is an urgent need for the nation to change this narrative in order to prevent the commodity from being rejected now and in the future or being sanctioned. The CFAN president said the association is setting up structures to assist smallholder cocoa farmers to push the country's cocoa production from the current 250,000 metric tons to about 500,000 metric tons in the next 2 years. Now, the Lagos State Government and transportation stakeholders, which includes the National Union of Road Transport Workers and Road Transport Employers Association of Nigeria, have introduced and signed a consolidated levy of 800 naira daily for transporters in the informal transport sector in the state. The harmonized levy, which is not part of the normal statutory dues collected by these unions, was introduced in order not to overburden transporters with exorbitant levies, according to the report. This was disclosed by the Lagos State Commissioner for Finance, Dr. Rabiu Olowo, who at the signing ceremony and ticket unveiling at Ikeja said that there was a need for the harmonized levy. Olowo added that the reform in the transport sector would help to get a comprehensive database of transporters for better planning. And finally now, the Postmaster General of the Federation, Ismail Adewusi, has blamed the lack of capital vote in 28 years for the ramshackle state of offices of the Nigerian Postal Service across the country. He made this known during an interactive session with the journalist in Abuja. The Postmaster General, however, said that lack of adequate funding had been the primary reason for the poor state of NIPO's offices. He also said that most of the facilities required an upgrade from time to time, but it has been very difficult to get them renovated and top-notch for a long time. However, the NIPO's boss thanked the president for unbundling NIPO's, disclosing that most of the facilities that have been in a very bad shape has been taken over by the new NIPO's property company, which in turn will operate as a commercial entity. Well, and that's it for now with the top business stories. This is Business Breakfast coming to you live from our studios here. Well, coming up in a moment, our focus will now be on the recently launched African payment system in Ghana. Of course, we'll talk about how that will impact the economy in the coming days. We'll be back in a moment. Please stay with us.
unripe plantain flour is 100% natural flour gotten from the processing of unripe plantain. It contains no addictive and has a net content of 500 grams. True unripe plantain flour contains vitamin A, B6 and C. It is gluten-free and rich in calcium. Consuming through unripe plantain flour helps to build and strengthen stronger bones and can be a great meal for diabetic patients. It decreases your chances of constipation as it has a high fiber content and provides you with a low-fat diet. Here are some steps to prepare your through unripe plantain flour. Firstly, mix through unripe plantain flour with hot water in a pot and gradually add water till you achieve desired thickness. Place over medium heat and turn very well for 4 to 5 minutes to get the right texture. Mold into a ball and place in a bowl and allow to cool. Serve with your choice of soup. Through unripe plantain flour can be eaten with any variety of soup, be it your ofe oha, ofe onugbu, gbegiri, ewedu, or your miyan kuka. To get your through unripe plantain flour, contact us at 12 Olowera Isheri Road by First Welder bus stop off Omole Phase 2, Olowera, Lagos, Nigeria, or call 070-6663-8213 or 081-6397-4447. Distributors are needed nationwide.
You go enter market, just make you go buy fresh palm fruits. When you reach house, you go wash, you go pound, your body go dey pain you, even your fingernails go dey pain you. But make una no worry, make una relax. I get good news for una. Una don hear of Banga fresh palm fruit extract. All you need to do na make you go for the open am. Take the amount wey you want, put am for your pot. Which soup you wan make? Shey na egusi, shey na ogbono, shey na vegetable, shey na banga. My sister no waste time again. My brother no waste time again. Just go buy Banga fresh palm fruit extract. They go know say you sabi cook and you be better cook.
Banga, come make your food yummy yum.
Distributors needed nationwide. Phone number 081-6397-4447, 080-3564-4436, 070-6663-8213. Banga fresh palm fruit extract.
Mama, you're coming to Lagos. Banga. Baby, Mama just called me now. She's coming to see you. She asked me to tell you to make banga soup for her. And she's close to the house. Oh.
How do you expect me to prepare banga in just few minutes?
I have a solution for you.
Really?
She no sabi cook the banga. No go enter my family.
Pali banga is used in making other exotic dishes such as banga jollof rice, banga efo riro, banga asaro or yam porridge, banga egusi, and many more. Pali banga is easy to open, no preservatives, no cholesterol, and no coloring. Approved by NAFDAC. Manufactured by Pali Agro Products Limited. Available in all leading stores and supermarkets nationwide.
Pali banga, natural palm fruit extracts for tasty African cuisine.
Powerful looks command respect, they say. The perfect body, the perfect grooming, and ultimately the perfect skin. Looks, style, and grooming makes the ultimate man. Found a ridiculously easy way to make my skin always feel epic. My name is Neo. I found Blemiviv, and now my skin finally makes sense. Most people don't understand the magic of the perfect skin, the allure of a well-pampered skin. We bounce from skincare products to skincare products, from spa to spa. looking for that ideal solution. I found the solution. And it's Blemiville Skincare and Spa. My name is Neil, and I'm proud to be a part of the Blemiville family.
Glad to have you back now. This is Business Breakfast. Let's begin our conversation by looking at what the recently launched Pan-African Payment and Settlement System is all about. Pan-African Payment and Settlement System, otherwise called PAPS, is a centralized payment and settlement infrastructure developed to bolster the implementation of trading in local currencies within the African market. The aim is to simplify and harmonize across-border transactions and reduce the use of hard currencies in intra-African trade, leveraging instant payment, pre-funding, and net settlement system. So let's make sense of this novel idea. Mr. Kasimo Garba-Kofi, CEO, APT Securities and Mutual Funds. He joins us on the phone now. Thank you for your time. We appreciate you for joining us on Business Breakfast.
Okay, thank you for having me.
So let's look at this issue. Let me begin by asking you why the introduction of Pan-African Payment and Settlement System, and why now?
Well, if you remember, 80% of our African transaction, inter-African transaction, are settled cross offshore. And this is not helping us. It costs an average of $5 billion annually in just payment settlement cost of transaction. And if you look at it, all this money goes to the international banks across the sea. So why do we have to do that? Well, we can do it within ourselves. And therefore, now they came with this Pan-African Payment and Settlement System. It was developed by African Export Bank, that is Afrizim Bank. And the settlement will be done by them. And this is a game changer. Ask anybody in African economics, we need a game changer. And the game changer is to have a settlement system, which is now called PAPS, an African Payment and Settlement System. We need it, and it's a key to success of African country free trade agreement.
So what is likely to change in the way we do business and transact within the African continent?
One, efficiency. You can imagine trading between Nigeria and Niger, or Nigeria and Togo has to go to France or UK before you settle. Now it will be settled within Africa. Even those countries that are having the same currency, let's say that the France country between Togo and Benin and Niger, it has to go to France to settle. Now they don't need to do that. It will be settled within Africa, so there will be more efficiency, and there is less cost of transaction, and there is operational efficiency so that you get your money when and timely. So it is highly needed, and for a successful economy, you need a fast and efficient system of settlement.
So let's come back home now. What are the prospects for the Africa's largest economy? Talking about Nigeria with over 200 million people. What are the prospects like for us?
It is great. Great in the sense that you can see whenever you reduce the cost of doing certain transaction, it will affect the price cost of those transactions. Because saving $5 billion annually across Africa is a great relief to the cost of doing transaction in Africa. At the same time, the cheaper the more people consume, the better for the efficiency of the system. As long as you want to settle the product, you need a settlement system. And by these paths, it opens the window and the way that brings efficiency and timely delivery within the system and at less cost.
Let's talk about the reason why this was set up, which you said earlier, to encourage easy inter-African trade in the region, as you have said. But how is it going to happen, and what model or form will this be adopted?
Afrexim Bank is across the entire African country. It was designed to promote export. Now that we are going to trade among ourselves, it will be the key bank for settling this transaction against the Africans. And what it means that the Afrexim is across Africa. It is in Nigeria, it is in Ghana, it is in Togo, it is in Benin, it is in Johannesburg, it is across Africa. And by using it as a settlement bank, it makes life easier. For every transaction across Africa, you are doing it with the same bank. And therefore, it makes most of our system, knowing your client is the same across Africa. So if you look at it, you will see that most of the other requirements that in trying to comply with US, in trying to comply with UK, in trying to comply with China, now is Africa. And we have the same. So knowing your customer is the same, what you obtain in Nigeria is what you obtain in Ghana. And money laundering is the same procedures across Africa. Payment confirmation and settlement is the same. So therefore, this brings efficiency within the system and making life better for Africans.
Perhaps some of the concerns of this payment platform is the cost of currencies conversion and high cost of settlement. The cost of annual currency conversion within the 54 African countries is estimated about $5 billion, which of course you are aware. So do you see these as limitations that needs to be addressed? If it is, how do you think this can be addressed with regards to reducing the cost of currencies conversion and settlement as well?
It's just like interbank settlement here.
Yeah.
Yes, if today a bank decided to bring some money, want to collect from the other bank, equally, that bank has to pay out some money into that. So it makes life very easier. Nigeria have sell their product across Africa, and Nigeria have acquired some product across Africa. So the bank find it very much easier. It's net to net. Maybe we went to South Africa and bought gold, or we bought bitumen, and here they decided to buy gas or such electronics. So it's net to net. It makes life very much easier, and therefore what goes within the country is the net amount, despite all what you have sold out and what you bought out, is the net that come to you, and it makes life very much easier and better for the banking system.
But the point here, the point that has been really raised is high cost of currency conversions, because of course this trading, inter-trading will happen using the local currencies, and you have to convert to the other currencies. Not all currencies are the same across the African continent, but of course in converting that currency to the other, you have to pay tax. There's a cost attached to it, and of course the settlement cost as well, and that's the concern.
No, the exchange rate is not the issue. Because even when you are doing it the offshore, you have to pay the exchange rate. The exchange rate is known to all on daily basis. So the bank have the exchange rate of each country on daily basis. So that is not the issue. But the issue is that, look, most of the transaction, if you go through the foreign exchange transaction, you will expect from US to UK to release the money. They say no, they know you are client, this and this, they are undergoing this and this. It takes you long. But this is Africa.
Okay.
We all know ourselves. We all have the same common know your customer. We have most of the parameters. We have the same. And therefore, it makes life either. The exchange rate is never an issue because exchange rate is known and it's a daily affairs. The exchange rate of today is different from the exchange rate of tomorrow, but that is not the issue.
Okay.
The issue is the customers you are dealing with.
Right. Okay, let's drive home now, Mr. Kofi. Integration of these kind of idea is key when you talk about these. But how do you suppose the facilitators of this platform can generate a strong buy-in, like a buying interest from traders and investors across Africa?
You see, take Nigerian, for instance. Today we have many Nigerian banks across Africa. We have Nigerian across Africa doing one way or the other of the business. With this kind of system, instead before you have to look for US dollar or French franc countries before you bring it to Naira, you don't need to do that. The system will automatically exchange you, and if you are in Nigeria, you get your Naira instantly, and if you are in South Africa, you get your Rand instantly. If you are in Egypt, you get whatever the currency of that country instantly, because the exchange rate is known and settled instantly.
I think we'll have to leave it there. Thank you for your time on Business Breakfast this morning. We appreciate you kindly.
Thank you very much.
Garuba Kofi is a CEO, Equity Securities and Mutual Funds, talking about the impact of the recently launched Pan-African payment system on the African economy. And of course, how Nigeria can take advantage of that. Well, after this break, we'll focus now on the Nigeria banking sector, especially opportunities for the banking stocks. Ambrose Omodian will be joining us live here in the studio. We'll be back in a moment. Please stay with us.
Unripe plantain flour is 100% natural flour gotten from the processing of unripe plantain. It contains no addictive and has a net content of 500 grams. True unripe plantain flour contains vitamin A, B6 and C. It is gluten-free and rich in calcium. Consuming through unripe plantain flour helps to build and strengthen stronger bones and can be a great meal for diabetic patients. It decreases your chances of constipation as it has a high fiber.
Is the second part of the show. This is Business Breakfast coming to you live from our studios here. So our focus in this second part of the program is still on the Pan-African payment and settlement system that was recently launched in Ghana and the opportunities for Nigeria. But this time we'll focus on the banking sector. specifically the banking stocks now. Well, according to the governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Godwin Emefiele, the platform will enhance cross-border transactions across Africa. And banks are the real winners here as a means of transactions, if you prefer to put it that way. So let's make sense of this now. Mr. Ambrose Omodion, he's the Chief Research Officer, Investigator Consulting Limited. He joins us live here in the studio. Thank you for coming once again. So let me ask you, what does this mean for the Nigerian banking sector? Let's start from there, and before we talk about the equities market, the likely impact on the stocks of the banking index.
Anywhere in the world, that the banking sector is an engine room of any economy, and if you are going to do trade, there must be settlement. And that settlement is payment, and that payment has to go through the banks. And now that we're having this Africa free zone trade, it's a boost for Africans. Before now, if you want to settle trade in Ghana, you have to pass through London, but now. No, I think this, I see Africa we're moving. I would say that. And also, I still kudos to our CBN governor for chairing that, that committee that bring this thing on board. It tells you that if I'm in Nigeria now, I can pay somebody in Ghana CD without even changing. I just pay Naira, he gets it there and CD without any stress. That's the moment that means we have gone to that level that, yes, because my friend will tell me that if you are trading and there's no cash in your hand, you can't plan for the next trade. That means with this system, I will now say, trade with payment. Then now bring the payment set to that. As I'm trading, I'm having money to plan for that. This will boost activities in nearly all the Africa zone that are involved in this. For me, it's for us in Nigeria here to go look inside or look inward to know if we are going to develop our manufacturing sector. But the banks will be a net beneficiary from all these platforms, because when it comes to eating, either e-commerce, e-transaction, it is. Remember when there was lockdown, during the COVID-19. We are still doing a transaction. Banks we are still posting positive number because people are still transacting online. Whether there is lockdown, tells that with this now, another stream of income has been opened for the banks in Nigeria, on Africa as a whole, because all of them want to plug into this payment platform, and that will ease payment. And for me, it also want to boost trade in the system, because for us as a nation, Nigeria, it's for us to say now we have already part of setting our transaction. It will now give us already to go into production. That means we can, if government will really come up and encourage entrepreneurs, this is the time they should do, or this is the manufacturing company, because if you are producing and you are meeting international standard or the standard set, you cannot export to, that will bring more money for them, because you really want to expand your market. Every business wants to expand their market. For me, this is a good thing for the banks and for the economy at large. But for me, I believe that there are some banks in Nigeria that will benefit immediately as these things are being launched. Especially if you look the world of ETI. ETI says, it's like a bank across any Africa country, or about almost 52 countries that each can plug the system, because that's where they have branches. Then UBA is also in that direction. Then Access Bank is moving toward that direction. I tell you that our banks in Nigeria already know that, yes, the only way to expand their source of income is also to be involved in this trade business, and that is going to boost their bottom line at the end of the day. Because I tell you, anything you are doing is cheaper for you, and also you bring money with ease, because when you are doing transacting, you are earning your transaction cost, everything there. For me, it's a very good platform. But for me, I would say investors in Nigeria should look the way of ETI. Yes, ETI have not paid dividend for the past 6 years, but with this payment platform, I tell you, they are the one, even the main pioneer of this idea, because they have branches all over Africa, and then for them to settle trade with easy, just with that. That means we expect a better number to come from ETI. That means if you are an investor, you are thinking long term, look away from the dividend that have not paid for past 6 years. Now you are seeing volume, because technically ETI is looking good. I see that for me, it's a good time to start positioning ETI if you're a trader or investor, because with time, we see that all this happening to develop Africa, especially in the area of trade, because the ETIs have been in that trade circle for a long time. They have the experience. For me, that would be a plus for ETI. Then GTM as well, UBA, and access for other banks to start. For me, investors should also add this into their horizon, because when we are thinking, you need to know which area I'm not having any fundamental information that will impact my set of where I'm playing, or industry when I'm playing. That this is one of the fundamental information that will also change the bottom line of those banking sectors. And also, if the economy is recovering, the bank will benefit from it. If government is disposing money, bank will benefit from it. For me, banking sector is always there for you to make money. That's why they are most consistent sector that pay dividend, because they make money with any source of their transaction.
Well, I'm afraid we may not be able to spend much time. We may not be able even to go into the stock market game because I'm aware time is against us. But before I let you go, when you come, of course, you'll be here on Friday and we'll do that to chart the market on Friday. But just before I let you go, I want you to tell us the banking sector gained about 0.98% as at the close of market yesterday. That's a good sign that the banking sector is liquid. But the question I want to ask, with respect to attracting inflow into the banking stock, I mean, how do you think the banks can leverage on this payment platform to attract more funds or to make that index liquid?
No, actually, every improvement in the economy is going to, impact the bottom line of the bank. I said earlier that the bank is the engine of any economy. That means even our telecom sector is waxing strong, bank will benefit from it. Even as our trade is improving, even in Africa, we're going to benefit. Even for government disposing money for infrastructure, bank will benefit. But bank is safe because that is where all things pass through. But the good thing is that in Nigeria, we are seeing back that yes, that is where traders can trade volume. That is where they are more consistent in dividend payment. That is why I see activities in the banks are always big. That is why when the banks are moving, people will wonder because in banks you see that a bank has about 28 billion ordinary share, 34 billion ordinary share. That means you can trade such volume of share easily. But another company that has just 1 billion, the share there is very small. Then you can't do more trade. That is why people look at the bank. Even the pension administrators, foreign investors, you look at the bank because the bank is well regulated. That is why you see a lot of activities in the bank. For me, the bank is placed to go if you are thinking for dividend and also if you want to trade in and out because that is where you see the volume to trade. And also if you look at what happened in the market yesterday, it was more of buying sentiment than selling sentiment. Yesterday was about 97% buy sentiment, just 3% sell sentiment. And for me, tell you that people are already positioned ahead of what the earnings are kick off in a moment from now. And I believe that from today, we start seeing unaudited accounts from many quoted companies, and then entering to the month of February, we start seeing those that will come with corporate action. For me, the market is good. There's no cause for alarm. Also, there's a little change of trend yesterday. After 3 days pullback, we saw that the market yesterday was a bit out. That bit out tells that people are looking at some indices and also some stuff that's guiding them. For me, it says that the market is still strong. Also, all of them are trading above 20 days moving average, 50 days moving average, and 7 days moving average. It tells that the market is still strong.
Well, I'm afraid we'll have to leave it there, but we want to thank you for coming on the program. So, I mean, when you come on Friday, we can do this extensively. Thank you. Ambrose Omodion is Chief Research Officer, Investec Consulting Limited. So, for those of you who follow Ambrose, you can join us on Friday here when we'll come back live here. Well, from all of us here, this is where we call it today on Business Breakfast, Wednesday edition of the program. We're back again tomorrow. I am Frank Komalape. I'll see you again.
Can't somebody handle their case? It's me they don't want to see. Okay, let them come.
Follow, like mother, like daughter.
I beg you. This one go concern me now. Now this matter will carry come here. I beg, I don't want.
I want to talk. We won't take this.
Excuse me. Yes? What is all this for?
We came to report your driver that impregnated my daughter.
No, Daddy, no.
I don't understand.
Why are you doing like last man?
Excuse me.
You go
excuse, will you shut up? You are in the governor's office and you have to be very peaceful. So what is the problem?
Sir, we came to report your driver that impregnated my daughter.
Daddy, no.
Wait. My driver impregnated her?
No.
Me?
You not feel.
I beg your pardon.
No, sir.
Then you're going.
Sir, with the way situation are now, we pardon your baby. Because this girl said your driver, but the way she's stretching her, it's like you.
It's like me?
Yes.
Excuse me, have you met me before?
Sir,
what is this?
She's trying to show you what you use. Sir, we can
wait, she said where and when?
Ahead, that's right now. That's right. Ahead.
You two are remembering.
Ahead.
Small.
That's so that.
She's the one. See, what you drop into her fertile soil has germinated. It has gone.
The secretary here first lady.
He has accepted us. Our in-law near your husband.
Are you saying that I am the one responsible for this pregnancy?
My governor, let me tell you something. On our coming, he's written capital letter G. Me, governor. You are not good. That's it. No, it's your property.
Oh shit.
Don't be a rubbish that we have been doing up the house.
Leave her alone, she took after me. After she well.
Please, madam, you see, let's just come to an agreement.
Negotiation.
You see,
yeah,
I saw you with another man.
Like, no, this girl cannot even shit in my head.
No.
Let alone shit on you. I can't shit. This girl cannot shit on.
So you decided to make me the father of the baby? Me and you decided? When? Because I was drunk that night? I was celebrating the victory of our party.
We voted for you!
Anyway.
We voted for you!
Yes, sir.
If she gives birth to a girl, no problem. You know in this state we don't allow abortion.
I know.
If she gives birth to a girl, I will give you 30 million.
My governor!
Cool down, cool down.
Cool down.
Cool down, please.
Don't touch me, I'm cooling down.
If she gives birth to, what did I say before? Boy, I'll give you another 30 million. If she gives birth to a girl.
My God, better head.
And again, sit down. Governor, sit down.
Governor, I'm okay.
I say sit down.
Governor, I'm okay.
I say sit down.
Governor, I'm okay.
Sit down.
Tell them not the
If she gives birth to twins, I'll give each of you 50-50. What is all this?
Governor, you have spoiled our life. I've not counted 50,000 before. I just mentioned 50 million. 20 million.
Sit down.
Daddy, stop it. You're embarrassing me.
You're embarrassing me.
You're embarrassing us. You're embarrassing me and my baby.
Listen. If
Oh! Daddy, we've gone to London before.
Governor! Our life has spoiled. Sorry, our life has better. And if she loses the pregnancy,
You go put her. You go put her. Excellency, it might be killed. I think you are
my baby.
But you not kill you.
My baby. If you touch her, I kill you. Don't want too much. You have to rent me back to carry you. The friend. Open the door. I come